seemed to just rubber stamp the wishes of CPS. Associate Judge Stephen Newhouse is the complete opposite. We were in the courtroom for 2 recent hearings, and the judge didn't even try to hide his frustration. In one hearing, the judge said, quote, "There's no evidence the child had any behavioral issues before CPS came into her life."
We'll be back. See, that they're whitewashing it. Oh, it's good to drug some kids.
You are listening.
All right, coming up in the next segment, I'll give you my detailed analysis of the Barack Obama bombshell. Then Jon Rappoport's joining us via video Skype. Finishing up, you know, we tend to focus on the CPS abusing our 4th Amendment, our 10th Amendment, now on the highways, destroying our liberty as the shock potbelly force of the New World Order, along with their CPS auxiliary potbelly demon force. But who gives them the orders? Who set up this global standardized system? Who sets up the CPS? Who does this worldwide? That's the real enemies. That's the hardcore globalists that did this to break up society, to break down families, to bring in this tyranny. They know what they're doing. They're fully conscious of it. So nobody's going to warn you that if you go in to get your appendix taken out or get a hernia fixed, and there's been confirmed cases where the people weren't even pot smokers and it was a false positive, which happens, they say, about 20% of the time, there's no discussion. The family court orders your children taken. And almost all of them, over 2/3, are put on deadly, hardcore antipsychotics, not just psychotropics, that actually attack the liver, the brain, everything. And a lot of times it's going to be bye-bye Bluebird. And when your kid gets put in a box, it's a victory for them. And they feel good about it because they take absolute brain damage scum, in most of the cases, who just want big fat bonuses because they're big fat demons. And they just could care less. It's victory after victory after victory after victory after victory against humanity. And you just need to be aware of it. And all of you that claim you're fighting for the children and, you know, you jog in the breast cancer jogging thing for the cure. How about jog for the cause? How about you realize it's all by design? How about you stand up for the children themselves? How about all of you start doing something, not just say, oh, Alex Jones talks about it. How about you understand our whole society is going to collapse if we don't stand up together against this? Let's go to the conclusion of the Fox newscast out of Houston. Here it is.
In one hearing, the judge said, quote, "There's no evidence the child had any behavioral issues before CPS came into her life."
Again, you cry in any way, they drug you. So I guess it only is about that less than 1/3 of really abused kids that don't care to be gone in some dungeon because it's better than where they were. But with the others, they want mommy that night. And potbelly pedophile wants to shut you up so they can have their way with you. You're going to go on an antipsychotic with your tongue hanging out. Oh, but he's the good judge. He says, well, she was good before. That's pure evil. These drugs shouldn't be given to children or anybody. Go back to it.
As CPS takes her, now she needs help. In the hearings we attended, CPS suddenly changed caseworkers.
So no caseworker knows what the other caseworker's doing.
Whenever the judge would ask caseworkers...
Good pause. You see the caseworkers? They always got that look on their face. I've been in these family court things covering it. That's why I can't go back. The judge gets off on the crying. It's like when Darth Vader finds out Padme's been killed, super cheesy, and he goes, and gets sad. You see the Emperor smiling behind him. They've done their research. That's what's going on with Judge Jean Muir in Austin. That's what goes on with the CPS workers. And, man, when you see their eyes light up like demons and they get this little smile with their teeth showing, I mean, it's just like, I go out and cry. I mean, it is like hardcore. I mean, it's like Emperor Palpatine up there behind the judge's deal here in Austin. And they love it. I mean, they love the crying, and they're just like feeding. I've played judges before. You've seen the clips we played where they actually put family court on there. I'm going to take the child. Yes, that's what I'm going to do since you guys are arguing about this divorce. Just arguing. And then everybody starts crying. You see the judge go, that's what I'm going to do. And then you see the bailiffs smiling. They're all, we're powerful. We're powerful. I'm sorry. Let's go out to break with the rest of the demons. Here it is.
So no caseworker knows what the other caseworker's doing.
Whenever the judge would ask caseworkers specific questions, he would get the same response, such as, I'm new to the case, or I don't have access to the files.
That's enough. Yeah, they play dumb. It's not even a real judge. It's a family court, eugenics court. It's all lies. It's lies stacked on top of lies. Okay? Unbelievable.
Hi, this is Alex.
Alex did a big report last night on all the evidence that Facebook's a big pump and dump. And the media is saying, oh, can the little CIA agent, they're admittedly CIA, movie star presidents and people at Facebook, can they save the markets? And there was trading problems and it plunged and then it shot back up and it's so great that they're there and they're going to make $100 billion. It's all just total theater to make you think the stock market's real. It's a giant Ponzi scheme scam as well. The stock market's actually way down. It's really at about 6,000, 2,000 levels. But you see, it says it's way up where it's at because it's devalued dollars. It's inflation. Ford F-150 cost $10,000. I don't know, 20 years ago. What's a plain Jane one today? $25,000. Some of them are $60,000, $65,000. Fully loaded was $30,000 10, 15 years ago. It's inflation. This is the type of garbage we see out there. All the feds first announced your toilets, your light bulbs, your house, your smart meter. Now a fat tax. It's all happening. And hey, if they say you hadn't paid your taxes, you're not leaving the country. Your taxes the Federal Reserve. Congress was moving in the House to block the unlimited spy drones of the Pentagon, but that got struck down, that amendment. Now, I spent some time at the start of the broadcast on this, but I'll do some more now. And most shows are only talking about this today. But I wanted to focus on something just because it hit me again, like being punched in the breadbasket. Just to know that they take foster children and put them on an average of 7 psychotropic drugs, 2/3 of them. And they kill a lot of them. And they test pesticides on them. And they give them shots of HIV to see what it'll do to them. I mean, I told the guys, put a report together for the nightly news tonight. And I said, look, dude, we got to focus on some of the other stuff, too. I don't want to be behind tonight. I want to get the show on time. Because the guys are great, but they always want to do too much for our small crew. We're trying to get more people in here. And he said, oh, I got like 40 articles. It's worse than you said. And I go, well, of course it's worse than I said on air. There's no way to say how bad this is. He's in there for like an hour and a half just going, my gosh, they're testing radiologicals on little kids. Yes, they murder them. I'm going to say it again. They take people's children and they murder them. They take people's children and they murder them. Murder, murder, like kill. Little children cry for mommy. They begin drugging him. Little children cry for mommy. They tie him down and pour pesticides down their throat. I mean, go read, go look. This is your government. Because it's not a government. It's a bunch of unaccountable psycho crooks with eugenicists running it and teaching them to hate humanity. And Bill Gates has teachers laughing and giggling and clapping when he says, we're not going to give grandma end-of-life treatment in the last year, and you're going to get 10 jobs. And they started clapping. They're like, ooh, it's the power of being let in on the killing. And it's an army of wimps. But we sit there and they go, we're the authorities, so we bow to them. We go, okay, kill our kids, kill our troops. Let them breathe through you, do testing on them. This is the essence of the New World Order. And the CPS kids they don't fully destroy, who turn into, quote, mental patients from all the drugs they give them, they become the bureaucrats. Most of the CPS workers are people raped in CPS care, and that they want to go back to what they grew up in. Or they grew up in the inner cities on welfare, and they recruit poor women. Predominantly black women. I mean, that's statistically, I think something like half the CPS workers are black women. And that's their army, their force legion. And they feed on blacks, they feed on whites, they feed on all indiscriminately with pleasure. And usually they can't even walk through your door, but they got cops behind them. And if those cops won't do it, they call in a special brigade of police every major city has, because this is big money. So I've now done probably 2 hours on this. I'm going to stop. But we are going to have a very special nightly news tonight. Very special. We're trying to compress the video of something really special. I hope it makes it on the show tonight. We had too many cooks spoil the broth, but it's some of the best video we've ever put together. It's something that's going to be pretty amazing. So that's 7 o'clock tonight, Central, prisonplanet.tv. There's a 15-day free trial, and your memberships fund what we do here. So, and make us strong so we can defend ourselves against these slings and arrows of the enemy. All right. Let me just read to you from Paul Watson's article on this. Evidence, Obama born in Kenya, goes beyond 1991 brochure. Establishment media pulls stunt in effort to diffuse birther controversy. Yeah, they're trying to say this was just 91. It was 91 to 2007 in literally hundreds of publications, we've now learned, from the PR firm he still uses today. And we have his wife saying he was born in Kenya as well on video. But that was just a mistake, too. And the records cut out in Kenya on record. That's confirmed. We have links to that. That was an accident, too. And the AP saying he was born in Kenya years ago, that's a mistake, too. And the fact that, his dad was supposedly from there, that's a mistake, too. Or that he had all these fake names they now admit, like Barry Soetoro. That's true, too. But, or he was never a Muslim at a mosque, but that's been confirmed. But it just, you know what? Don't ask questions from known liars. He was going to veto the NDAA, but it turns out he demanded it and signed it. Everything's fine. He wasn't going to hire lobbyists, hired more than anybody. He wasn't going to have signing statements broken Bush's record. He was going to have the most transparent. He's the most untransparent. He was going to protect whistleblowers. Totally blew that away. He wasn't going to take money from the bankers. He's broken all the records. He was going to stop guns being shipped into Mexico. He was the one doing it. On and on and on. Lies, 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 lies. Lies, 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 lies. Now, can we come back in the next break with ministry, lies? We're on a mission. And we'll go out with it then. So, see, I see something like this, and I went and checked it, and I went to archive.org myself, started finding other ones. It's like all his PR firm, his spokesman, publicists, literary agents, all books about he's in with it. I mean, he's born in Kenya. Born in Kenya. And what's the issue? He's blackmailed. He's compromised. That was the whole point of it. Because a lie that big now, all the laws he signed are illegitimate, so the whole system's going to defend that lie, and then another precedent set. It's all about dragging us through the mud, breaking our will, letting the TSA grope our families. Don't you see what's happening? Obama marching into Congress and saying, I don't need you for wars, I got the UN. Treason. Man, it's incredible. It's all up at Infowars.com. The establishment media hastily seized on yesterday's explosive story about literary publication listing Barack Obama's birthplace as Kenya in an effort to claim the 91 brochure was an origin of the entire birther issue. In reality, evidence that Obama was born in an African country is abundant. Yeah, his wife kept saying in speeches till she knew he was going to run for president that he was born in Kenya. I don't think they ever really believed it. A literary agent's promotional text from 91 brochure released yesterday by Breitbart.com states Obama was born in Kenya and raised in Indonesia and Hawaii. Yahoo News, along with the deluge of mainstream media outlets, that's enemy collaborators, propaganda Tokyo Rose enemies, responded by reporting that the document was potentially the source of the birther controversy and had merely been a mistake. Literary agent who wrote, it was the source but never been discovered. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. The literary agent who wrote the description now works for Driscoll and Goodrich, that's Miriam Goodrich, agency, which lists Obama as one of their clients. Unsurprising, therefore, is that Goodrich hastily claimed within hours listing Obama's birthplace as Kenya was nothing more than a fact-checking error. Is that why the records were cut out? That's confirmed by the State Department, cut out in Kenya. Folks, that means he was born there. You don't cut out records that weren't there. However, evidence to indicate that Obama was born in Kenya is plentiful, and it goes significantly beyond the 91 version of the brochure. Despite claiming that the passage about Obama's birthplace being Kenya was a mistake, the listing still maintained that Obama's birthplace was Kenya until Obama became a U.S. senator. Goodrich's statement fails to explain why the fact-checking error presented for 16 years through at least 13 different versions of the website and publications and literary promotions sent out by them. That'd be like if my bio on Infowars.com for 16 years